All right, I want to do a little video on our chicken raising thing that we do here at the farm. I've actually been doing this for quite a few times with my kids when they were in 4-H. This is probably our fourth or fifth time doing meat chickens. Now, if you look at these guys, you'll see these are actually not all meat chickens. You got some layers in here with these guys because I bought them all at the same time. I got all my chicks from Town Line here in Michigan, which is just on the road, so they get delivered pretty quickly. They're pretty quality chicks, so from what I can tell. They do a good job there. So what I get is I get the Cornish cross chickens for the meat birds. And I just want to show how easy this is to do for people who might be thinking about doing this or considered raising meat chickens. It's really simple. It's really not that hard to do. They're pretty hardy birds. They really kind of take care of themselves, other than just obviously keeping predators away from them. So I'm just going to kind of go through my process, and then at the end I'm going to talk about how much it actually costs us to do this, because actually I haven't done this in a few years, so I'm kind of curious myself how it looks as far as like per pound. Now your question might be first, like, when do I buy the chicks? Here in Michigan, I always do it in the summertime, obviously, because you put them outside where it's warm out. What I do is I basically call the local packaging place, and I kind of say, okay, what do you have available 10 weeks out? That's about the time I use it to raise my chicks. You can do as little as 8 weeks. I've done them as long as 12 weeks. 12 weeks, they get pretty big. I know this sounds terrible, but sometimes they get so big they can't walk anymore, because these Cornish crosses are bred to be big, giant, fat chickens. So past 12 weeks, man, you're kind of pushing it at that point. So anyway, so 10 weeks out, and I basically say, wait, when do you have available 10 weeks out? And I buy my chicks 10 weeks prior to when they have it opening. I'm going to do 30 chicks this year. There's obviously more than 30 chicks in here. I bought some other layers from Tractor Supply they had on sale. These are Brahma layers. These guys down here are Black Sex Link. Right here, he's a brown IMA, I think, or IP, whatever it is. Brown ISA, that's what they're called. So anyways, so that's what we do. That's how I decided when to actually grab the chicks online. So this is what we call a brooder. This is what we start out with. Here's a big waterer, big feeder. I just use Tractor Supply stuff, some shavings, some starter and grow up front. You can go online and you can see how long you should feed these things, these guys. So I'm not going to bother wasting your time with all that sort of thing. Nice little heat lamp near a plugged in, and this is that easy. Just got one of these big watering trough deals. When they first get here, have it all set up with some shavings in there and the food and water, and they kind of take care of themselves. Obviously, the water has to have some electrolytes in it, but when you buy the chicks from online or even at Tractor Supply, they kind of tell you how to do that stuff. So it's pretty easy. They'll take care of themselves for the most part in here. This is getting kind of nasty, so what I do is I build a bigger brooder for them. And this is all in my garage, if you can tell. I do this because of predators. We have a lot of raccoons around here, and some barn cats, to be honest with you. So we do this to kind of just keep them protected. So right now I'm going to move them out of this, because they're obviously getting pretty crowded and they're getting bigger, and they're starting to feather out a little bit. If you look really, really close, you can start seeing some feathers in these guys. So they grow really, really fast. The Cornish crosses do. My egg layers are probably 2 weeks old, within the ones I've ordered online. These little guys, they're obviously the same age as the Cornishes. So these guys are about, how old are they now? About 8 days old. So just about 8 days old right now. Very active, obviously. So I'm going to show you what I build for them in my garage, and that's this thing right here. Super simple, cheap. It's just something I've kind of come up with over the years. They make ones online. You can buy better ones, but like this is super cheap. The chicken wire was $40, I think, for the 3 foot. These PVC rings, I think, were $16, and I just had scrap wood around. You can see the zip ties. So basically, I do it this tall because they start to fly, especially the egg layers. Now the Cornishes won't start to fly. You can do like a 2 foot one, so you can reach down and grab them a lot easier and feed them better. I have long arms. I'm a tall guy, so this doesn't bother me to have it a little bit taller this way. And it also, if a raccoon or a cat does come in here, at least a little bit more deterrent to keep them out of there. I don't even cut the chicken wire, because I'm going to use all this when I build their house. So what I just take this PVC, throw it in the garage, and even keep these boards, because I drilled some holes in them. Do some zip ties. It doesn't look pretty, but like I said, it's super cheap. It's like $50, and you got yourself a nice little brooder. And they'll stay in this until they're ready to go outside. How you can tell they're ready to go outside is basically they're all feathered out, and they can handle being outside in the weather a little bit. They don't need the heat lamp anymore. I've even taken this out and done it in the yard and just left them in this all year long and just put a top on it. Now what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to put them in a different spot, build a little bit bigger tractor, and maybe I'll show you guys how to do that later on. But super cheap, super simple. They'll stay in the garage here where I can keep them protected for, I don't know, not a month, probably at least 3 more weeks though. They'll get bigger, obviously. And then I'm going to separate the egg layers out from the Cornish crosses. The Cornish crosses will go into a tractor, and then my layers will probably go out in the coop with the other chicken layers. And I'll probably go do a little quick video about that too, because there's some things you need to do with that. But super simple, like I said. If you want to grow your own food, this is a great way of doing it. These Cornish crosses are pretty hardy birds, so I'll kind of take you guys along how easy this is, and then hopefully I'll be able to actually give you a price per pound of meat when it comes done. So the only thing I say with this, if you want a trick, is like make sure the chicken wire goes all the way to the bottom hoop, because these little guys will get stuck in things, and you know they'll if you leave a gap down here, they'll get through the gap and they'll be in your yard. Now when I throw shavings in this, the shavings will kind of spread around the outside of the ring. I've actually taken the time and put in weather seal at the bottom of this ring before, so it keeps all the shavings inside. You can do that if you want to. I'm being lazy, so I'm just gonna keep it swept up or whatever. But this is a really good way of, like, on the concrete floor. It's easy to clean up when they're done, when they're ready to go out in the yard. This is what I do. It's super cheap, and I'm all about that as far as keeping the cost down for the birds and for the meat. So anyways, this is what we're going to do, and I'll do another video later on, probably when I move them from this to the actual tractor outside, and talk about that a little bit. But for the first probably month in their lives, they're going to live in my garage, and it's pretty easy, like I said, and they take care of themselves as long as you keep them fed and watered. All right, hopefully the next video we'll talk about going outside a little bit. But aren't they cute? My granddaughter loves these little guys. She likes to name them too, which they're just going to a different farm after they leave my farm, as far as she's concerned. So we'll see. All right, there you go.